Greetings, petrolheads. Welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. Today, I will show you the 2009 generation of the HM, which I think is the HM4, if I'm not mistaken. I was too lazy looking back to what the last generation of the medium-sized hatchback was. I think it was the 3 though. So that would make this the HM4. It could also be the 5th generation. That would be the HM5. So anyway, this is a car that uses the body shell that's sort of modeled on the BMW 1 Series hatchback that was added into the game, or is it one from the workshop? I'm actually not sure on this one. Anyway, I like it, and I was really waiting for a, nice looking modern hatchback body shell, and here we have it. So let's see, we have an aluminium monocoque, longitudinal engine placement, the wishbone front, multi-link rear, and aluminium panels. Design-wise, obviously we have the main grille. We have a little bumper with a little bit of chrome and 2 fog lights. We have some detailing in the headlights that makes it a little more contemporary. Like, to be honest, there's not that much difference in headlight design between like 2009 and today. The only thing is that today, some manufacturers are using headlights without actual, like Mercedes, for example, is using headlights that don't actually have single bulbs. They only have like those LED stripes that go on all the way inside the headlight housing, or whatever you call that. And there's more LEDs today than there were in 2009. But apart from that, like, it's not that different. And on the rear we have a rather simple taillight and bumper design. We have 2 exhausts. I didn't even put the HM4 tag on here yet. But this is meant to make it a little bit more sporty looking, especially these vents on the quarters, because otherwise this area would look a little bit empty. But this way, that looks like a sporty, capable little hatchback. It's not meant to be like a true performance hatchback, but it will make a decent amount of power, I can tell you that much. And it is all-wheel drive and has the first V6 in the Athena history. It's the family capacity is 3.5 liters. This one has 3.2 liters. It is turbocharged, obviously. It has good internals. Has 35 cam profile VVT on all cams. 10.4 compression, so it's running a really low boost setup, and that is because if I went higher with the boost, it would be very peaky. It would make more torque, yes, but drivability would suffer, and you don't necessarily need more power. 250 horsepower in a hatchback is fine. And then we have direct injection, premium gas, all the way leaned out, dual exhausts. These are not too big. Yeah, they're not too big. Okay. Reverse flow mufflers. And yeah, 276 pound-feet of torque, 250 horsepower. It's not an incredible amount of torque for a 3.2 liter turbocharged engine, but it's enough. It's more than what you get in a Golf GTI or anything. And this is meant to be Athena's new entry-level car. It still has a 6-speed sequential gearbox though, and an electric diff. You know, we're not throwing those away. Sports tires. You could run in a medium compound as well, but that would hurt braking distance and it would hurt drivability and sportiness. So let's go with sports tires. Better traction, better actually not better prestige, but it doesn't matter. 18-inch alloy rims, carbon ceramics up front, vented discs on the rear. Fully clad under tray, because we want a decent top speed, which is in our case almost 250 kilometers an hour. We can change this just ever so slightly and then we'll reach it. That's good. And we have 4 seats, luxury interior, not handmade, because if you're looking at what you get in this car, let's finish off this first. Hydro pneumatic springs, active sway bars, and a price of, with the 30% markup, $44,000. If we went to handmade interior, however, yes, drivability would increase, yes, comfort would go up to 58, but price would go up to almost $60,000. And who would pay $60,000 for a 250 horsepower hatchback? Not very many people, I don't think. And also, if we go here, we see that 6.1 seconds, yeah, for a twin turbo V6 in a hatchback, it's not even that quick. But if we went with a handmade interior, which obviously adds more weight, it would be even, actually only 6.2 seconds, but still, overall, I don't think that the extra comfort, which is already really good, would justify the highly increased price. So this is supposed to be the entry-level Athena. As I said, it is. What would you really compare this thing to? A Golf GTI? Yeah, because you can't really compare it with a Golf R, because it's not really meant to perform. However, the Golf R does have a twin turbo V6 as well and a 6-speed DSG, so maybe we wanna retune this engine just a little bit and make it more powerful so it would compete with it. Now the Golf R makes, no, that generation Golf R made 265 horsepower. We can reach that. $260, $262, $263, $265, 274 pound-feet. Let's see. Economy actually slightly improved. Drivability improved as well. Comfort went down just ever so slightly. Acceleration improved to 5.9 seconds, which is still slower than the Golf R, because it's heavier. .4 quarter mile is not particularly impressive, but one thing I could do is increase the red line to 7,000. That would mean we have a little bit of valve float. We have a really low, really long power band though. To 77 horsepower. To 80. Need to increase this a little bit, I think, to allow more airflow in the high RPMs. We are at 295 horsepower with 0.55 bars of boost. That's like 7 psi. It's really low boost, is what I'm getting at. Let's decrease the compressor size a little bit. 290 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. .6 seconds now. And that is a 14.1, you can say, quarter mile time, which is faster, of course. Oh, we need to increase this a little bit. Top speed went up, not really surprisingly. Let's add some cooling flaps as well to help economy just a little bit. .2 seconds now. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Okay, now I think it has enough power. And what about the markets now? It doesn't cost a whole lot more. It only costs $1,000 more than before the changes. And it does well in convertible premium, strangely enough, premium and family sport premium, as well as utility sport premium, utility sport luxury, even muscle premium for whatever reason. It's a premium river drive hooligan. It's not river drive and it's not really a hooligan. It doesn't have a big engine. It does well, lots of power depending on what you define on lots of power. Because if you're daily driving a 75 horsepower Opel Corsa, then 290 horsepower is lots of power. However, if you're used to this kind of performance, or if you're used to, like, let's say a 200 horsepower BMW or something, or a Mercedes, then this isn't like outrageously fast. It is adequately quick, but it's not like super fast. And well, luxurious as all Athenas, or yeah, well, slightly less so, but like it is still more than you get in any other hatchback of this size or any size. And yeah, a 3.2 liter twin turbo V6 in a hatchback like this really does make for some decent prestige. Again, prestige is lower than on any other Athena, but it is probably higher than you'd get on any other hatchback on sale in 2009. So let's change this name here. That's a 290 horsepower now. Yeah. Tell me what you think about this car. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.